Hello everybody. So this is Jeevan Prakash Kulkarni from WeatherMart Solutions and presenting the dynamics of the subdued rainfall June 2022 monsoon rainfall activity over the Indian region. So this study is not completed and our team members are Vinay Kumar from Texas A&M University, USA, Padma Kumari, scientist IITM, and there are retired scientists from IITM, Dr. Morwal, Dr. Deshpande, Dr. Narkedkar, Dr. Kotawale, V.R. Mujumdar, and Chinmay Kulkarni. So, outline of my talk is current subdued monsoon rainfall activity. Then I will present what is the reason for this subdued rainfall activity, that is the dynamics responsible for subdued activity, and what is the outlook of rainfall for coming 3 months, July, August, and September. Now, if you see the rainfall distribution over the country as a whole, India as a whole, and the 4 subdivisions regions, then till 29th of June, the rainfall departure country as a whole was minus 10%. So it indicates that the rainfall is below the normal or deficit normal. In Northwest India, the deficit is minus 20%, East and Northeast India 21% positive, Central India minus 33%, and South Peninsular India minus 14%. So except the East and Northeast India, other subdivisions received low rainfall compared to climatological normal rainfall value. If you see the rainfall distribution over Maharashtra, out of 36 districts of Maharashtra, only 1 or 2 divisions they received rainfall normal or more than normal. So 32 subdivisions received rainfall less than normal, and there are 4 to 5 subdivisions which received scanty rainfall during the June month. Also, this shows the SPI values, that is the indication of dryness of the districts for India. So if you see, this is mostly the coastal area and immediately side of the Western Ghats. The districts are extremely dry. So the SPI value is less than minus 2%, and very few subdivisions they show the moderate wet or the wet condition. Those are mostly northeast region. But all the districts, majority of the districts in India, they have the rainfall conditions are extremely dry or the severely to moderately dry. If you come to the Mumbai RMC rainfall, then June departure for the Ahmedabad is 80 millimeter, Mumbai Santa Cruz 259 millimeters, Mumbai Colaba is minus 188.7%. Goa also recorded the rainfall departures in the minus category. So India as a whole and Maharashtra or the region and Mumbai have received rainfall less than the climatological normal. This is the distribution of rainfall in month of June for some of the stations from Pune. So the Accumulated rainfall from 1st June is 35 millimeter for Pune, at Pashan only 13 centimeter, and Logaon it is 52 millimeters. So if you see the rainfall in the month of June 2022 was below normal for all India, for Maharashtra, and all the isolated locations like Mumbai, Pune, and other places. So what is the reason for this one? So we have taken the recourse for addressing this dry spell for the Maharashtra in the paper by Krishnamurthy, Thomas, Simon, and Vinay Kumar, which was published in Journal of Atmospheric Sciences, volume 57 in 2010. The paper title is Desert Incursions, an Overlooked Aspect of Dry Spell of the Indian Summer Monsoon. As we know, the Indian monsoon is shaped or controlled by external parameters like El Nino, Indian Ocean Dipole, Meridional Passage of Interseasonal Oscillation, waves, Himalayan ice cover, Eurasian ice cover, etc. Also driven by pollution, and there is another factor called the internal dynamics. The mechanism of dry spell proposed by T.N. Krishnamurthy is formation of blocking high around the Arabian Peninsula. This is located roughly about 3 km above the mean sea level and continues up to 9 km level. This intense blocking adverbs descending air, very dry air over the Arabian Sea and toward the central India, and strongly inhibits the vertical growth of deep convection. This is a robust indicator for dry spell of the monsoon for last several decades. So what are the antecedent features? This shows the active intraseasonal ITC-Z intertropical convergence zone over the African region and extending to the far east from its normal location. Then, because of this formation of the blocking high, the intensification of ITC-Z over Atlantic gives rise to strong westerly jet, which converts the energy from zonal kinetic energy to eddy kinetic energy for forming the blocking eye. This shows the conversion of KZ, that is zonal kinetic eddy, to eddy kinetic energy, and mostly there is a conversion from zonal to eddy kinetic energy. So that is the schematic for antecedent of dry spell over Indian summer monsoon. It starts with North Atlantic ITC-Z moving northward and eastward, and that supports the strong subtropical westerly jet, and which produces the blocking high over the Arabian region, and which is responsible for onset of dry spell over the region. Now, if you compare the current position of this parameter, so if you see, this is the rainfall distribution in month of June. So the rainfall is high and extending toward the east for the African region as per the theory proposed by the Krishnamurthy, and this shows the anomaly. So anomaly also shows the anomalous rainfall extending toward the eastward and the central African region. So this produces the upper level divergence and the velocity potential anomaly. This is the velocity potential anomaly for the period, 1 month period from 29 May to 27 June. So strong divergent winds, they are initiated from this region where the ITC-Z is very active, and then the subsidence motion occurs over the West Pacific region, where which is the region for the development of convection for the monsoon circulation. And over the Indian region, most of the winds are coming from African region and they are descending type of wind. As they are coming from the African region, and these are dry winds and containing the rich in aerosol content. So OLR distribution also shows similar structure. Negative OLR or the conversion or the deep convection consisting of the African region, and the positive OLR anomalies for the Indian region. This is again for the same period, May 26 to 24, June 1 month period. So Indian region, it shows the convection is subdued. This is the QT plot of June 30th June for the latitude 19 degrees and longitude over the west coast of region. So you can see the layers of dry air in the vertical over this region. So this is the, and most of the vertical velocity omega is downward in the boundary layer and upward in the middle level. So this downward or sinking motion in the boundary layer inhibits the development of clouds and convection. These are the satellite picture, higher picture, which support that convection is over the Arabian Sea region, and there is no convection over the land region. And this convection is because of the winds. They are converging, speed convergence is there, so strong winds are there, and as they approach the Western Ghats, the speed is decreasing. That is the reason for this convergence occurring. Another feature at 700 HPA, that winds, they have the circulation, cyclonic circulation over this region, and that is gives the low level convergence for this area, formation of the clouds. This is the satellite radar picture from Mumbai radar Veeravali. It shows the area over the Arabian Sea having some clouds southwest of the Mumbai and no clouds over the land region, and there are some deep clouds on the lee side of the Western Ghats, and that we have given the mechanism as there is upward motion and this jump, hydraulic jump over this region, which gives rise to deep convection on the lee side of the region. As proposed in the theory by TNK, there is a dry air incursion over the Indian region which inhibits the formation of clouds and development of collision coalescence process, which is responsible for the rainfall over the region. We have studied the aerosol measurements in the vertical and horizontal over the Indian region during the drought year 2009 using the aircraft data, and publish our paper in Atmospheric Environment Journal. The paper received the Silver Jubilee Award. The co-authors of the paper are Mahesh Kumar, Harikrishna Morwal, and myself, and the main author is Padma Kumar. So these are some of our observations during 2009 period. So at lower levels, there is incursion of moist air from the Arabian Sea, but if you go above this 850 HPA level at 700 and 500 HPA level, the winds are coming from the desert regions and they are bringing the dry air over this region. This was the study we conducted on 11, 12, 14 and 15 June 2009. So it is very optical, very similar to present condition, and this shows the aerosol distribution in the vertical for different days in June. The strong aerosol concentration has been seen at upper levels in both the conditions. So this is a observations from Moody's for the current monsoon season 2022. So this shows the AOD values, that is aerosol optical depth over the Indian region for 8 June 2022. We can see this strong AOD values over the land region, indicating that the aerosol concentration has increased over this region, which is consistent with the theory proposed by Krishnamurti. This is for June 10, 2022, June 15, 2022, and 24 June. All these pictures, they show that there is an increase in concentration of aerosols over Indian region. So based on statistical analysis, what is the outlook or performance of the monsoon in coming 3 months? So we had done studies using the past data and studied the performance of August-September Indian monsoon rainfall in June. July rainfall, they are reported as deficient or excess. So this paper has been published in Meteorology and Atmospheric Physics Journal 2015, volume 127. So we have used the data for the period 1871 to 2015 from the Kotawe and Rajivan's book. So this is our analysis for the region, all over India region. The number of years when June was below normal, 59 years. And what happened to JJS? So out of 59, 34 years, the JJS rainfall was below normal. So percentage is 59% probability that the June JJS rainfall will be below normal. For subdivision wise Konkan, there were 37 years rainfall was below normal. Out of that, 24 years JJS was not below normal. Similarly, Marathwada, the probability is 60% that the rainfall will be below normal, and Madhya Maharashtra, the probability is slightly less, 34%. But overall, it shows that if the June is below normal, there is a high probability that June, July, August, September monsoon rainfall will be in the below normal category. Suppose important thing is Marathwada doubt, because many suicides are happening in that year. So this is distribution of drought frequency in the decade 1981. So recent decade, there were 2 droughts, that is in 82 and 1987. In the decade 91 to 2000, there were not a single drought year on Marathwada. 2001 to 2002, there were 2 years, 2002 to 2009, and 2011, there were 3 years when the drought occurred over Marathwada region. Those years are 2012, 2014, and 2015. And impact of this one was water scarcity over Marathwada will be accelerated, water table will be declining, and management of water resources and provisioning activities need to be done very carefully, and effective government policies for drought mitigation to be initiated. Role of meteorologists is the proactively we should be prepared to answer the questions asked by media, press. The awareness, we have to generate the awareness among the media, press through articles, discussion, and there will be demand for cloud seeding for drought mitigation over the Marathwada region. So we have to be prepared with the positive and negative aspects of the cloud seeding for the Marathwada region. As far as my thinking is done. Now it is too late to start the cloud seeding operation, because initial infrastructure setting and development requires at least minimum 1 month, because we need to take the permission from various departments, issue the tender for doing this operational cloud seeding. So now this is a very high time and late to consider the cloud seeding to mitigate the drought conditions. This should have been activated in the month of April. Then we would have been in a position to start the program in month of June. So with this I end my presentation. Thank you very much. If there are questions, you can send me an email and I will be happy to respond to this question. Thank you.